Hello, Internet, and welcome to my live reaction for To Your Eternity, Chapter 155, Part 8. Crunchyroll changed the way they're numbering 155 now because it's just gone on for so goddamn long. So it's not .991 or .995. They've all been edited to be 155, 155 Part 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. I'm going to call it Part 8 instead of .8 because .8 being before or being after .85 and 95 and 99 and 99 again is just weird. So it's just going to be Part 8, 155 Part 8. But anyway, when we last left our heroes, there wasn't that much that happened. Yuki held Hirotoshi back from slicing up some cultists, which was like the only thing we saw of that plot line. We mainly focused on the fight at the school, where some damage is done to the puppet. I forget exactly how that damage was done. There was a bit of contention as Hyro was going to shoot the knocker-infested Tonari. Echo tried to hold him back, but he still ended up taking the shot, I think. And then something happened, and Messar and Echo and Hyro, I think, all get sealed up in one of those metal prisons, if I'm not I think it's the three of them. So they're sort of sealed there. Yeah, it is just the three of them. They're sealed there, because Fushi somehow got the placement wrong or something. It's a little weird, a little confusing why they're in there. But that leaves everyone else out in the open as the puppet reforms, and Tonari jumps at them. And that's where we left off last time. So let's jump right on into Part 8. As we open right where we left off with Tonari, with the knocker Tonari jumping right towards the girls on the Spirit Bear, as they're all, out of options, as Kai is still unwilling to hurt Tonari, and the rest of them are unarmed. And also the puppet is at this point, is just goop. It's not even really, bothering with skin anymore. It is just, liquid at this point. Roaring at the girls. And it dislodges, some spittle. Which I imagine is also knocker-infested, given the puppet. But Tonari heads towards them. And, the girls are just, cowering. They have no hope left. And as she reaches for Kasabe, who's covering up March, it seems like she freezes or something, or she's pulled backwards, or something's going on there. Oh, okay. I don't know what's going on there, because we cut back to the metal prison, and it is undone. As Messar notes, "Whoa!" And Kai calls, "Are you alright?" And Hyro tells him, "Yes. I'm sorry, but what happened?" And we see the two of them, Tonari and the puppet, and they're just perfectly still. Tonari, mid-fall, the puppet's spittle is just hanging in the air, and Kai tells them they're frozen in place, as if time has stopped. And as we see Nagisa and Kasabe are just, as stunned as the rest of us, and someone approaches on a bicycle. Oh... It's Satoru, doing the same thing he did to the Funa knocker. I had kind of forgotten Satoru was still in play here, though it does make sense. It feels like I should have seen him coming a while ago. And Satoru tells them, "I made it in time." And he's not hidden or anything, they can all see him. And he casually puts his bike helmet in the little basket. And Messar and Kai, who they know the Beholder, right? They were at least aware of the Beholder's existence back in Renril, though of course they have no idea how Satoru was connected to him. Because Messar just asks, "Who's the kid?" And Kai tells him, "I have no idea." And Satoru just spawns a ladder, and hooks to the ceiling. And I will say, there's the old theory that the series will end with Fushi becoming the next Beholder. The Beholder dying and Fushi taking his place. And I'm not sure. Is this the first time we've seen Satoru / the Beholder create something? Because we've seen him freeze time. We might have. I might just be forgetting a moment where he's created something. But, if this is kind of maybe a hint leading towards that. That, like, you know, or at the very least that Satoru's goal is for Fushi to replace him. Maybe Fushi ends up rejecting that or something happens there. But it creates the idea that Satoru is the same kind of thing that Fushi is. Which is interesting. I don't know. We'll see what all comes of that many years from now, I reckon. But everyone is just sort of, like, so confused. They have no idea what's going on right now. As Satoru just, like, you know, walks over to the ladder, or... Oh, no, okay, I thought this middle panel on the bottom row of page 5 was him down below, because there's this railing between him and the girls. But that's because the girls are still on the spirit bear, that's the roof's railing. And Kasabe tells him, oh, wait, don't step in the water. But he does, and purifies it, and, like, just destroys it, I think. And Funa announces, I remember now, that's Satoru. Because Funa was a ghost for a while, she knows all this shit. Nagisa asks her, you know him? Yeah, he was with Fushi-kun and, that Aoki-kun from the grade below us a bunch. That shocks Mesar and Aiko. With Fushi? And my brother? And then Satoru turns to the girls and asks them, would you bring that to me? And Nagisa's just confused, that what? And Kasabe turns back to the frozen Tonari. He can't mean... And she, like, tugs on her skirt, and Tonari, like, physically shifts in space. Oh, it moves. And she, like, brings... So, okay, the weird thing is that, like, the initial impression here is that she, like, brings Tonari over to where the puppet is, but they're both over the water. And, like, it's just this little ring around Satoru that doesn't have any water on it. So, like, how did they get Tonari over there without touching the water? I don't know. It seemed like an unimportant thing. And Satoru looks at them. Now, what to do with these? Do I kill them? Or perhaps... And then we come back to the cult. Leaving, you know, whatever this means for Tonari in particular aside. Like, probably Fushi can just resurrect Tonari. But it seems like an important... Like, the whole... There's been this whole... For the past couple of chapters, or a couple parts of a chapter, stressing, don't kill Tonari, even though Fushi can just resurrect her again. So there must be something more going on there. I don't know. But back with the cult, this is Mizuha stepping up. Wait. So Mizuha's alive! That's our first real confirmation of that. Because, you know, I had figured it was, like, far too late for anyone to save her at this point, and, like, taking her to the hospital was just, like, you know, the desperate choice of some middle schoolers. But we see she tries to get up. She's, like, about to fall over, but saved by Bon and Hana. And Yuki, like, everyone freezes at her waking up. And Yuki goes over to her. Oh, you should rest, senpai. And Hana tells her, don't push yourself. But Mizuha gets back up, and we see in this panel she's clearly framed to be, like, one of the cultists. Wait. It's fine now. Really, it's fine. And Bon questions, what is fine? Me. I'm fine. I'll stay here. I'll stay and fulfill my duty as the head of the Guardians. I want to live up to my ancestors' expectations. Okay. I'm not sure this is Mizuha. It might be Mizuha, who's just so mentally fucked up that I could not tell you what she would do in any given situation. But also, maybe she really did die. And this is the Guardian Knocker taking over full time, now that there is no Mizuha consciousness to, like, push it out sometimes. This might not be Mizuha. But everyone takes this to be Mizuha. Because Hana questions her, and that was supposed to be your goodbye? Are you saying things you think will hurt us? On purpose? And Bon, who, like, has no emotional attachment to any of this, just tells Mizuha, I don't care where you go. But if you wish to fulfill your role as the head of the Guardians, then you should act quickly. You must have the Knockers stop meddling with Fushi, and cease this invasion involving innocent civilians, including what is currently happening at the school, immediately. Okay, so I don't know how we should be taking this, because Mizuha, at least on the surface, agrees. Yes, I'll do everything in my power. And then Yuki just, like, grabs her by the hand. Are there any foods you don't like? Do you have any allergies? And this is either Mizuha or Tamaki. The speech will look be pointing to either of them, who questions, what's gotten into you now? And he's inviting her over, tying into the whole dinner conversation from, like, part 1. Let's discuss what's going to happen from now on. Us and the Guardians. At my house. We can eat hot pot or something. And Mizuha's a little shocked at all this. Then, you'll all trust us? And they're, like, I get that they're kids, and they're, like, they want to trust their friend, and aren't really acknowledging, or trying maybe to ignore all of, like, the cosmic weight of this whole encounter. But they're a little naive here. Because Hana tells her, yes, no matter what might have happened before, we need to trust in the future. So let's get crepes like you like. Again, it's just a little naive here. And Tamaki tells her, and please visit the Occult Research Club as well. And Senba, we can all go dowsing together. And Mizuha asks them, so I can trust you all too. And there's one page left. She's about to do something terrible, I'm gonna bet. And she hands out a glass of water. Then will you drink this with us? This is an age-old tradition within the Guardians when making a vow. When we are to become comrades, friends, or family with someone, we drink it. It is proof that we can trust one another not to betray us at any time. And she holds it out to them. The way she's framed here, like there's no denying she's part of the cult, and she's about to betray them. That's knocker-infested water. It's alright. It's only water. Like, she's full of shit. She is full of shit. Okay. So, whole lot going on here. I will say this, though. I saw, I think it's Best Bonus on Tumblr, where, like, they post the editor blurbs that Crunchyroll leaves out, right? And I think they said that there would be an issue next week, but Amazon has 156 as coming out 2 weeks from now, or I guess 10 days from now, because this video is coming up fairly late. So I think we are going to have a part 9 next week. That's my bet. Also, this really just does not feel like the end of a chapter still to me. You know, more than some other part ends of 155. But, like, it doesn't quite feel like a climax to me. Or like a cliffhanger. Or no, it kind of does feel like a cliffhanger, though. Like, because given what we know about the water, it feels like a cliffhanger. I don't know. So we might be off next week. We might have part 9 next week. Maybe 156 will actually exist and come out next week. Who's to say? I'm skeptical. I'm most skeptical in that last one, though. But anyway, let's talk this chapter. Because there's a lot of good shit here. A lot of, like, it does feel like this whole, I don't want to call it, I don't want to call this whole incident, like, a whole arc, as much as it is, like, the first part of an arc. But this whole incident feels like it's coming to a close. Satoru's here, and so the school gang is mostly safe, because they literally have the power of God and anime on their side. As Satoru just freezes both Tonari and the puppet. And, you know, he can kill the puppet, no one cares about the puppet. But what will he do with Tonari? Because Tonari is still technically Tonari. Even if she is knocker-infested and maybe fully dead. But, like, and given this is to your eternity in the modern era, does death actually have weight here? That's the question that's hovering over all of this, is like, if someone dies, then what? You know, Fushi can resurrect them. It normally, like, when we're in the moment, when we're in, like, the tension and the adrenaline, Oima's good enough at that, like, I'm not thinking about, none of this matters, Fushi can just resurrect everyone, right? But, like, when we're sitting here talking about, do we kill Tonari or not? The same thing we had when Kai was opposed to shooting Tonari a couple chapters ago, the same thing here. It's just harder for me to be engaged in the question, because we know that Fushi can resurrect people. So, like, if they die, it doesn't really feel like there would be a consequence there. I don't know. Like, there's still a lot of engaging things going on here. The Immortals are getting more and more immersed into just what the hell has been going on for the year they've been in this world that Fushi has been keeping from them. And, like, there's still some good shit going on there. But honestly, the real meat of this chapter is in those last 5 pages. In the bit with Mizuha. Because for just a single moment, you know, you can almost wonder, does Mizuha believe the shit she's saying? Does she believe they can have peace between the Occult Club and the Guardians? And we quickly find out she's full of shit. I mean, we don't technically find out, but, like, given how much 155 is focused around corrupted water, this random-ass glass of water, that's not a coincidence. That is not a coincidence. That is, she's gonna knockerify all of them. And I don't know. Like, Bond might see through it, though I don't know that Bond... Because, like, the specificness of the water is only really tied to the incident at this school. Though I guess the Occult Club has seen the footage at the school, so maybe they can, like... They know better than to really buy into this. But, you know, Yuki and Hana especially are so desperate to preserve their friendship with Mizuha. They might take up the offer. They might choose to believe the best in her. And then, you know, get betrayed because Mizuha's gonna fucking betray them. I don't know. Lots of things to dig into. I just don't know. I don't know where this is all leading to. I don't know. Or I know what it's leading to. Them either drinking or not drinking the water. But it really is a question which one they're gonna end up choosing. I don't know. I'm trying to think out, though, looking at page 10 again, what's the moment when Mizuha decides to give them the water, right? Like, what is the moment when she's like, I'm not just gonna stay here, I'm going to trap them? Because, like, if they had accepted her statement on page 9, she'll stay here, y'all leave, there would have been no opportunity to give them the water. So I'm not sure she had the plan then. But, like, was it only when Yuki had the whole, let's be friends, let's go to my house thing, that she's like, what if I just kill them all? Or what if I get them all on my side? Which maybe to her and her fucked up worldview at this point is the same thing as them coming to an agreement. Literally killing them and replacing them with her followers is the same thing as coming to an accord to Mizuha at this point. I don't know. Mizuha's fucked up. That's the moral of the story. I don't know. Good shit coming on the horizon, though. I'm really excited to see this plotline play out, and to see where the story is going with the concept of killing Tonari. Because, again, death just doesn't mean much at this point. So, we'll see what comes of that next time. But for now, I'm going to leave this video off here. Hope you'll enjoy the chapter and the video itself. If you did, feel free to drop me a like or subscribe, or, you know, do whatever makes it happy, you know? And as always, your life is your own, okay? Bye!